Hey guys, it's been a little while. If you're new here, my name is Jax. I have a 5-year-old daughter, a 3-year-old son, and an almost 2-month-old new baby girl. And today I'm going to be telling you the story of how we brought Luna into the world. It was quite quick and speedy and dramatic, and she actually came unassisted accidentally at home in the birth pool. So I'm going to be running through what happened in the days leading up to it, how the birth all went, and how we're going now. So just to give a bit of context, I had Aurora back in Canada. In the hospital, I actually developed HELLP syndrome really late in my pregnancy, like at 40 weeks pregnant. And so I was induced that night. We went in for some testing and they were like, well, this is really dangerous. You need to have this baby now. My second was born in Darwin at home. All up, I think the active labor section for my birth of Atlas was about 6 hours, pushing about an hour. But the actual early labor was a few days long. So I'd had contractions on and off, every half hour or so for about 3 days before he was actually born. If you want to know more about Atlas's birth story, I've got a video on it already, so I'll link that as well and put that in the description if you want to have a look at that and see what that was like. I was still doing hypnobirthing again this time, but I didn't really follow it as religiously. I just kind of listened to the affirmation track like I did last time, but I didn't have to run through the whole course. I think I just felt a lot more confident this time and a lot more in tune with my body, but also I was just so busy with the other two that I didn't really have time to really prepare for birth. I was just over 40 weeks. I think I was nearly 41 weeks when I had her. I was having these surges in the evening and then they were going away. And then in the mornings, I was just waking up feeling fine. Obviously, I was getting uncomfortable towards the end, but my sleep was pretty good. The night before I had her, I actually slept really poorly, and so I had a long nap the morning of. I woke up at around 4 in the morning, went to the toilet, lost my mucus plug, had my bloody show, and I was like, cool. Hopefully this means that things are rocking and rolling. I was having a few contractions throughout the day, nothing major, maybe once every hour or every half hour. Very sporadic, very easy to carry on with what I was doing. I was just kind of noticing them. I went and picked up the kids from daycare, and for the hour round trip that it took to get to the daycare, pick them up, because I'm very slow at picking them up now, and then getting back, I think I probably had 3 or 4 contractions in that hour, and I was like, okay, that's quite a lot. And it was hard because I was in the car, obviously, and I was driving. And then we got home, we had dinner, and again, they were about 10 minutes apart at dinner, so I was like, oh, okay, something's happening. Since the evening picked up, they're probably a bit more regular, somewhere between 10 and 30 minutes apart. Not very intense, can talk through them. But yeah, hopefully that means that things are happening. We're going to watch a Christmas movie and get ourselves sorted for the night, and we're going to blow up this birth pool this year and just get things ready. I've let mum know, let the midwife know that things are happening. They're not intense at all, but they are happening, so maybe they'll be happening tomorrow. I have a midwife appointment tomorrow at 10 anyway, so she was already coming here, so fingers crossed we can get this show on the road, and this is the beginning of a video.
Right, would you look at mommy? Say hi, mommy. Say hi, mommy. Can you please have a baby soon?
I'm working on it.
Or is it a baby boy or a baby girl? Yeah. Addie, is it a baby boy or a baby girl?
There's only one, mate.
There's only one. Which one is it? Which one? Girl or boy?
You say girl.
It's a girl. It's a girl?
What do you say?
Girl.
We put the kids to bed, and then around 10:30 I said, okay, let's set up the tub so that we're not doing that in the middle of the night. Yeah, that's like, if you have one of these. And so I didn't really want to wake him, but I couldn't really sleep very well. So I think I didn't get to sleep till around 11:50 at night. So it's currently 1:05, and I fell asleep at around 12 o'clock or just before, and woke up at about 12:15 to a contraction. It was okay. And then to sleep and woke up again to another one at about 12:25 that was really, really strong. And then I felt this huge pop. It kind of hurt, and I laid there for a little while and I was like, what the heck was that? And I was like, was that my water? I was like, surely not, because when I was with Atlas, my water didn't break till the very end, like right when I was in the tub. Okay, so as I was saying, my waters broke at 12:25, and I eventually got up after about 5 minutes, and I was like, I better check. And as I got up, I felt a gush, and I was wearing a pad, so that was lucky. But it was like so much, so I like rushed into the bathroom and just hopped straight in the shower, and I kind of was in shock a little bit, I think, because I know that like your waters break, and I think I had this fear around the pain that comes after your water breaks. And because it didn't break with Atlas until about an hour before I gave birth, I was a bit stressed about it, so I spent some time calming myself down. And now I'm just feeling really grateful and excited that this baby's coming. Aurora just woke up. Atlas is really sick, poor guy, in our bed, so that sucks. But, so I don't know if I want to wake him up. But they're coming pretty regularly. Like, I should probably track them, because I think they're like every 5 minutes, and they're much more intense. It's only been an hour. Anyways, I don't want to wake everyone up yet because feels a bit too early. I'm still like very much here in the in-between phases, but also I know that my mum is 2 hours away and my midwife is an hour away, and that's just from when they leave. So if they need like half an hour to get themselves awake, that's like 2.5 hours. So, and if I'm calling the midwife, then I need to have already called mum, essentially. But maybe it's better to call mum sooner. She can just come and rest in Atlas's room. But yeah, I'm just gonna see how it goes, and I might just see how I'm feeling around 2 o'clock, because it's like, what, 1:15 right now. We'll see how we go. I'm gonna try and use the camera to tell me how long the next one goes for. Here it goes. Okay. See, that one was really short. That was like 15 seconds, but the one before it was really intense. So I think I have to wait until they're a little bit more intense, a little bit closer together, and a bit more consistent. But Jessie's on the couch, Aurora's in her room, Alice is in our room, so there's like nowhere for me to be right now if I have to get vocal, Anyway, I'm just gonna try and drink some hydrolyte or like electrolytes, maybe have a snack, have a banana, fuel myself up. I wasn't tired at all, and now I'm starting to get tired. I think it's because it's the adrenaline of my waters breaking has worn off. But I also had a nap this morning at like 10 until 12, so that was good. Okay, I better go while I feel good enough to get out there. I might send Jessie to bed so that he can sleep in there. it later, and it was like 45 seconds, so it's like all over the place. Anyway, alright, I'm gonna go before I can't walk. So after 1:15, I said, okay, I gotta go and wake up Jessie. This is getting really intense. It feels really soon because my water broke only an hour ago, but things are really intense, and I would hate for me to just have a baby and not have told anyone. So I went and woke him up on the couch. I said, I think the baby's coming, and I think you need to call mum, and I think we need to call the midwife. So we called mum because she was 2 hours away, and this is all in between contractions. And then I said to him, he said, do you want to call the midwife? And I said, yeah, I think we should call the midwife, just in case, she can come, she can rest on the couch if it's, if things slow down, but things are picking up fast. And then I was basically like, I gotta go to the shower. So I went to the shower, then I got Jessie to bring me my AirPods, and it was pretty intense in the shower. It got pretty intense pretty quickly. I went from standing in the shower and bending forwards whilst I was having contractions. Eventually I was just on the ground, and I was on the floor out of the shower. I don't know why I didn't think to put towels on the floor in the shower. The shower was hurting my knees a lot, but eventually I was like yelling out to Jessie. I was like, fill up the tub, fill up the tub. Then Atlas woke up. I was like in the middle of contractions, and I could hear Atlas crying because Jessie was trying to give him Panadol and he didn't want to take it, but we had to give it to him so his fever would go down because he was really hot. Hi, buddy. You okay? I wake you up. I'm sorry. You go lay down. Daddy's outside. Daddy's out there. Jessie. It's okay, buddy. Grammy's coming too, okay? Love you, Atlas. But basically then Atlas was awake, so Jessie chucked some, Spider-Man on the TV for him so he could help me and get the birth pool ready and get everything ready out here. I'm sure he was running around frantically. I have no idea. I just know he was trying to fill everything up and do a million things for me, bringing me my water, bringing me snacks in the shower. I was in the shower from like 1:30 until 2:45, I would say. And by the end of that, I had to get Jessie to bring me a bunch of towels in the bathroom because I was like, I'm going to end up having this baby on the bathroom floor because this tub is not ready. And then I called out to him and I said, Jessie, I need to get in the pool. He was like, I think you can get in now. I was like, thank God, help me. Let's do this. And so I hobbled out here with the help of Jessie, got straight into the tub, and things just ramped up so quickly. But getting in the water felt so good, and it was so nice to be just surrounded by water, warm water, and just feeling that light weight so it wasn't so heavy. Still had my AirPods in, and that was just playing the hypnobirthing affirmations track. I was super vocal this time. I was really loud. I did not feel in control like I did with Atlas, I think because it happened so quickly and it was kind of chaotic, and you can tell from the sound they're making and from the looks on my face. I said to Jessie, you need to call the midwife. I think the baby's coming. Jessie, this baby's coming. Really soon. Really soon.
Want to get Aurora?
Yeah, right now. Like, oh.
Get Aurora?
Yeah, get Aurora. He called the midwife. She was 20 minutes out. I was like, in my head, I was like, she's not going to make it. There's no way. This baby is coming. I could feel her moving down. So I got in the pool at 2:45, and then by about 2:55, so 10 minutes later, I'm like, I am pushing. Like, this is happening. So 3 o'clock, we got on the phone with her, and then I am pushing. I'm like, I can feel the head. I can feel the head. I'm reaching down. I can feel it. I can feel like the ring of fire, and this baby is coming. And I just kept saying, this baby's coming, this baby's coming. Because last time I didn't really vocalize anything, and I think that it meant that Jessie was kind of left in the dark about what was going on and didn't really realize, like, oh, Atlas is actually being born right now. Because I was in the tub and you can't really see what's going on, I can just feel what's going on. So I was really vocal. I was like, this baby is coming. And then Jessie was kind of like, yeah, the baby is coming. The baby is coming. I get it. Like, of course, the baby is coming. And I'm like, no, the baby is coming right now. Like, we are at home. The baby is coming. And so he called the midwife, and she could tell from the sounds I was making. She was like, okay, no worries. And then I just let out this massive scream, sort of, this really loud noise. And I was like, oh my God, the head is out. The head is out. And Jessie was like, okay, the head is out. And that was at 3:02 in the morning. Atlas and Aurora are there, the dog is there, and I'm like, okay, oh my God, and I'm breathing and I'm breathing and I'm breathing and I'm breathing, and it just goes like so fast, and then bam, 3:04, the rest of her body just kind of comes out. I'm like, oh my God, I just had a baby. No one's here. I just had a baby. There is, you know, there is me, there is Jessie, there is Aurora, Atlas, and the dog, and that's it. And the kids are just watching TV in the background. We had this baby, and then I just sat back and took a minute. Midwife's still on the phone to us. She's like, okay, cool. I'm like 5-10 minutes away, and we're like, okay, no worries. So I stayed in the birth pool for about an hour, and then birthed the placenta right at the end of that. I was like, okay, I'm ready to like give it a little bit of a push. I could feel it was like trying to come, and I was having those after birth pains, which are just, they are, the pains that you get after birth are pretty tough because you're not running on the adrenaline of, oh, this is going to bring a baby to me. This is like, this is just happening to you, and it's happening often when you're breastfeeding, which makes it even harder, and it's just so uncomfortable, and it does seem to get more painful with each birth. So third time around, it was pretty rough, and it lasted for a number of days. I just tried to remind myself when I was feeling that this is my body doing the work to heal. So I was just reminding myself that this is just helpful, and this is what needs to happen, and the more that happens now, the less that's going to happen later, and the faster my recovery will be. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but that's what I was telling myself to just kind of get through it. And then the midwife stayed with us. Obviously the second midwife came as well to check everything. Jessie cut the cord, and Aurora was in there with us, and they showed us the placenta, and we looked around and saw where the cord was and things like that. And then after a few hours, the midwives left and went home. My mum stayed with us. We all had lunch together, and then I think my dad drove up in the afternoon after he finished work to come and say hi, and then they went home. And then in the evening, Jessie went out with the kids and got Indian for dinner, and we just had a nice big curry feast, which was exactly what I needed after such a long day. And then we cruised into newborn life. Look at the baby.
Okay, do another one.
Oh, hi, Luna girl. Luna, you want to say hi? Hi, everyone. You say hello. Yeah. I've really soaked in this newborn stage, and I'm really happy with how it's gone. I've really taken the time to just sit with it and really enjoy it, and I don't think I got to do that with the past two because we've just had so much going on. And obviously we still have so much going on. We have 3 kids. Jessie's working, I'm running a business. It was Christmas, and like it was super chaotic. We had so much going on. But I've just really tried to take in the moments where I get to sit and watch her, and I haven't been scrolling on my phone, which has been such a benefit to not being on social media so much. Hi. That I'm not missing things, and I feel like I really can remember so much of her life already because I've just really been super present, and I think that's made postpartum so much better as well. I really want to start doing a few more videos talking about my experience as a mother and how things are all going, and yeah, I have a few ideas in the works. So let me know in the comments if you want to see anything in particular. Like the video if you haven't already, and make sure you subscribe. And otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Welcome, Luna. Welcome, Luna. And thanks for listening to our birth story. See you guys next time. Bye.